Hello everybody, it's Steve-O Truck here. It is Saturday the 2nd of February 2019. Day 2 on shift this week, believe it or not, as I discussed yesterday. We've just collected from the customer. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We've made our first delivery down near Wimborne this morning. And we've just done our reload here at Shaftesbury. While we're doing down this track, which takes us into a housing estate and industrial estate. And you probably guessed where I am, but I'm not allowed to film on the sites, certainly not without permission of the customers. Since this is a public road, footpath, I might as well. So we'll take it easy along here, because it's a bit obvious. It's been snowing as highlights the other day, and if you see my Facebook, I put a couple pictures up today from yesterday, primarily apologising why I have not vlogged the other day. I've also found my other memory cards, and hence what I said in my last video. If you've seen it, I basically said if I have other memory cards, the other one was still full with the previous week's footage, and only had like 2 hours on it. You won't see much more this week, and yes, again, I do apologise. I know I'll keep apologising all the time, and I'm very bad for it. I do apologise about not releasing anything this weekend. As I say, I've been way too busy this weekend, and when I've scheduled time to do it, I've had to move it around, and it's just gone from one very good plan to another good plan. But it's been a productive weekend, so nevertheless, I thought I'll try out with a new camera, not a new camera view, but just change it around a wee bit more. So the camera's located, if you haven't realised already, in the front window, just in front of me. So you're getting sort of my perspective, but a bit lower down and a bit forward of my position, obviously. Let's get past this chap here. Usually have a housing estate, one end of the industrial estate, and the rest of the town on the other end. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just you have to watch out on days like, so on the weekends and that, people just strolling around, especially kids. There's also school up there, so actually it's not too bad today, believe it or not, because that road we just came down can be hellish when schools are in. Just fit down there, let's say. That's the only way into the customer at the end of the day. That wasn't a complaint, it was just an observation of patterns of life and all that goes on. And I thought I'd take you for a drive down. I've only been down here before. I should have filmed earlier today, but I just wasn't fully in the mood earlier to vlog. One thing I've been thinking about is maybe getting myself a second camera, possibly. Even though I do have a second camera, but I might use that, to be honest, but I'll see. Oh, come on. Come on! Every time anything's clear, somebody else comes. Oh, there's one person who indicates, another person who doesn't. Indicating, no, I thought he was going off, no he isn't. So yeah, people indicating when they're not turning off. We're going to go. He's not indicating I'm going to go. So I've had enough of people not indicating on the roundabout. especially when you're going all the way around it. Just keep your white indicator on. Go around the roundabout. I know it can slip off, and you know, but where possible, especially when you see people racing going on, indicate what you're doing to give them good notice so that they know not to pull out or to actually go, yeah, I can go out. But it is what it is at the end of the day. I think everybody's out for the weekend drives this weekend because the white stuff, I think. That's my logic anyway. Not so bad down here, to be honest, compared to around Shipton Mallet way. It's pretty bad up at Shipton Mallet. But on the route to Shaftesbury from Warminster, that road there from Warminster to Shaftesbury, I keep forgetting which number road it is. It's probably the A30 that I'm on at the moment, probably. There were some epic sights this morning. There's actually one lay-by I wanted to stop and take a photo in, but there's people already in there doing the exact same thing that I was thinking. But I thought, oh well, crack on. It's nice to see, but it's one of those things I wish I was recording, but I wouldn't have got the angle I wanted to get with the video camera anyway. So, 2 more days after today to do. I need to drop this truck back off at Scania as well. Get the gearbox done. As I said in the last video, it was meant to be done last weekend, and you know, it just went all over the shop. Change the plans all the time, you know. I ended up paying extra day off work. I was meant to have 2 extra days off work, but I got a phone call on Thursday saying, would I like to come in, or not on Thursday, on Friday morning, saying, would you like to come into work today because they can't get the gearbox done. So I offered to do so. It was all a bit of a chill day yesterday, more or less. Well, not stressful, but it was just, you know, a bit of a rush. So I had to go and do a food shop quickly, drive away to Swindon, which took over 2 hours to drive in because of the snow, you know, and yeah, it was a bit of a long day at the same time. I didn't finish shift until about 9:30 last night, which, you know, in terms of when I started shift, it was a short shift because I started at about 11:30. But, you know, there was no point me loading last night. I didn't quite enough for me to load last night. Maybe it was on the verge of I may have had enough, but you know, it would have made not much difference. I didn't want the load freezing on me overnight. So I thought I'll load it in the morning, which I did. There's no dramas. I treated myself to a 10-hour break as well. So I was just going to have a 9-hour or minimum break. But I was just half extra hour. Just about extra hour, so nearly 10 hours I had. Calmer down here, so it gets a bit interesting, as you may know. This is quite an interesting road to drive down at times. Very tight places. Not as tight as my other video the other day, or last week, of going down really tight country lanes, if you can call it that. That's what they were. I suppose that had actually been grateful to make them sound bigger, but they're actually not. Keep an eye on the sign in a minute, because there's an electronical sign. If it turns on, it means there's another big vehicle coming the other way, and I got to stop. If we meet down here, it can get a bit spicy. But I have met vehicles down here before and the sign hasn't gone off, and yeah, it's not a major drama, it's just some unnecessary amount of faff. Looking good at the moment, looking good. Anything yet? Nope, still good. Let's get down. Take it's because people do race around down here like it's not quite like it's F1 track, but you know, locals. It could be locals, who knows. But either way, people can have a habit of flying around down these roads. And earlier, when it was icy when I came down here, a lot further down this road, it had cars overtaking me of oncoming traffic. You're like, what are you doing? You know. But oh well, people will be silly now and again. So they always bump into the idiots now and again. Hopefully not literally, but I say idiots will be idiots, and anybody can be an idiot at the end of the day. Even I can be. You know, we all make misjudgments, but some of the stuff makes you wonder, going, what was going through people's heads to do that? Cloth down there for the moment. Doesn't look like it's come off the top shelf at me then. You know you want to do it. We are pretty heavy. So we're more or less in our lowest gear now. Try and knock it up one half gear up and work it up the gear set. And this is one reason why you should never ever follow a truck right up behind it. Is that red car that's behind us, which obviously you can't see. Come on, get down there, we go. We've got this, we've covered it quite nicely there, ish. But that red car that's right behind us was right up my chuff originally. Now if a truck stalls out on the hill, you do not want to be literally right behind it. You know, you want to give him a little bit of space. It's not like he could have missed me. I'm kind of big. My red car must have turned off somewhere. I just find it interesting the amount of people that will literally fall in bad conditions and up hills and through areas that you just do not need to be right up somebody's backside. Sorry for the word, I'm not meaning it in the rude sense, but right up the back, you know, literally a foot away or so, whatever it may be. You know, I mean, if anything goes wrong, they've knackered, you know. It doesn't give the vehicle in front, if it's a truck or a car, any room to, you know, recover, recuperate. You know, here's what it is at the end of the day, and you know, if something happens, yep. But I know as a commercial driver, it'll be all my fault. Even if I went, look, you weren't behind me, what I'm meant to do. I couldn't speed up the hill away from you. So yeah, yesterday was okay. You know, today's been okay so far. Nothing too much drama. Obviously very icy this morning after the frost. But I haven't really had any dramas. The drive back to the customer last night though was quite entertaining to a degree, because it's being light going over the stuff that we went over near the customer. The other way being light, you know, you had to take that really steadily. At points my trailer just wanted to go and do stuff that I didn't want it to do. Luckily I was going slow enough that I could recover it and, you know, stop it from doing anything bad. And that's the reason why it's, you know, you should always take these conditions with a huge pinch of salt. Not literally, but in the metaphorical way. And just be a bit cautious, you know. You know it looks fine, it may not be. I mean, it's not too bad down here, not these ways, but at the same time, with ice about, it's still around about 3 Celsius. It's not, I haven't got the freezing icon, so yeah, it might not be so bad now. but there's still a chance. So, wiggle past the bus. But I thought it'd be different because I've filmed from this position for a little while, to be honest, so I don't know if I've done it with this camera either. I know I've had this camera on my handle rail when I had the mount on there, but I've removed it off there as I found that the bracket was rubbing against the door and it's shut, which I didn't want it doing. The only way to do it is by to modify the screw, I think, to shorten it a wee bit. Which, you know, that position may come back as I said, I'll just need to shorten the screw or get a different sort of mount for that location. And as I said, I'm always considering other areas to put. That's it, that says considering, because I probably will have to invest in either a mount or setting my tripod up in such a way, but in the ideal world I want to have it all set up in my cab, so there's a minimal setup. I don't mind these suction cup things I'm using at the moment because they're relatively quick to set up, it's easy to move around and, you know, as I said, pack away at the end of the week. But I don't want anything that takes forever to set up, and, you know, and at least something that I can mimic again, if you know what I mean, so I can use again in the future, especially if it turns out to be a pretty good angle or position, you know, that there's a good chance I'll be able to get it back again without going back again to a huge amount of faff. So we take it steady through here because you just do not know who will be coming around. And cars do not like to stop. No, they do when you kind of make it obvious, you know, you're kind of big. Come on, I'll leave you out the way it was. I can't commit up the hill. But it's funny the looks you can sometimes get off people when they see a truck. It's like it's the first truck they've ever seen sometimes, even though trucks come down here all the time, you know, believe it or not. Not as busy as the Yeovil road towards Dorchester, because that's where we're sort of heading at the moment. It's down near Dorchester is where the customer is, where we're going. So we go down here to Blandford, head south, hit the I forgot the name of the road, main road that goes on the south coast sort of thing. Across to Dorchester, then up to the customer. Jobs are good. Well, it's not really up, it's next door to Dorchester, where we need to go. Now I've got a few ideas how to do my vlogs for the future as well, watching some of the other vloggers. You know, I don't want to mimic completely other vloggers how they do it, but I've got a few good ideas, like, you know, to break small snippets from each day and mould it into one vlog for the week. In some ways it might be the easier option, but it would be a long vlog. You know, you're talking probably an hour and a half. I know, yes, I do long vlogs, yes I do. I hope you admit that. But equally, I'm trying to produce some shorter vlogs as well. So I do appreciate, you know, a lot of people will be watching this on the lunch breaks, and, you know, and they might just want to see, you know, 10-15 minutes maybe of something. But I still want to produce the long ones because, you know, I'm pretty certain there's probably people who want to have a few long vlogs to at least listen to, or to vaguely watch while they're doing some stuff, or just to come back to now and again and listen to half it and listen to another half another day. I said what I like about doing these vlogs is that you can just don't have to listen to me, you can just put some tunes on, turn the volume off and listen to some music. If you're just wanting a chill out drive through the countryside. I say, I need to work on my videos a bit more, I think, and some bits and bobs, and, you know, I've started doing some of the channel art, as you may have noticed, with the new banner up. I don't know if that's 100% going to be a permanent thing for me, that banner, but it's sort of what I want to do. I might have a play around with the app that I'm using on my phone, a bit more on that one. But I think it looks pretty good. There's a few bits I say I need to start considering doing thumbnails. But I said it does involve having to get a picture. I don't want to keep using the same picture over and over again if I can help it. We have priority. But we do what the sign says. Make sure we go through this steady, just in case Mr. Local or weekend driver comes racing around and goes, nope, I'll go for it. They do it. Take it steady around here. But then it gets a bit windy. Oh, that was an awesome sight today that I had at the farmer delivered to. The farmer, he has 2 dogs and 2 cats. He left the back of his Land Rover open. Obviously the dogs are all blanketed up in the back, in the boot area, and the 2 cats are sat right above them, their blankets, which is like, well, very well behaved cats and dogs. I actually had to look a couple of times. I was like, am I actually seeing that? Is that actually real? I'm not saying it could be real, it's just not something you see every day. Should have done a quick photo of it, to be honest, but never mind. I was more concerned about getting in and getting offloaded and out again, to be honest. I've been faffing about my drone a little bit, not flying it, but sorting my app out, and I had to order a new cable because I realised the case I've got, you know, it's a really good case I've got for the phone, it doesn't quite fit the controller. Even the phone does outside the case, but not while it's in the case. But we'll see. There might be a solution to that. Thinking that car was going to reverse out on the road then. I had saw that going, really? You got to always assume the worst though. I say it is very nice countryside along here, you know. As I've said before, I think then I don't know if I released the vlog where I came down here last time, but it might be on one of the ones that I've got to still upload. But I'm pretty certain I did film coming down here before. I should have vlogged last week a bit more, but I did get some of the good things, like I went to that middle, I know I've said it already, that really tight farm. About 6-7 miles of tight country roads. I'm still sort of glad I filmed the way out of that one, because that was the first time for me there. So that one, that was doing not, well, it's different, slightly different work to what I'm doing at the moment. Different product, which involves having to get the tank cleaned to take it, which we do a lot of as well. Still stuff for the farms and that, but it's just more. It's a product that you have to collect from the ports, let's say. So I was hoping to sort of work it out from Bristol way for a couple of runs, then back on to doing the milk products. Which is nice, it changes things around a wee bit. You know, I don't mind doing the milk stuff, but you know, it does make a pleasant change. don't know what that person was sticking his head out the window for, but never mind. Just take it steady around there, because you're going to feel like, oh my god, where are you going around these corners? Because they are tight. So once I've tipped our next customer, I suspect it might be going up to back up to Shipton Mallet, I reckon. Out of a logical guess. But we'll see. I'll have to see if I can get away up there or not. I don't see why not. We should be done by 4, it's about 2 hours there, 4, 5, 6. And we should get loaded. I might even have time to stop off at the services, Yeovil all the way back. Maybe. I want to stop off there anyway to grab a couple of things from the shop. You know, if you have any ideas of what you prefer from the trucking vlog, you know, do you want to see like a full day's work sort of video? I know, yes, my issue is with vlogging is that I can't really film on farms and at other, well, basically on customer sites. Certainly not without asking their permission. That's one of the key bits of the policy I have to, you know, honour from when I ask permission from the boss, as I've said it before in the past. You know, I do have future videos planned, like a truck tour coming, which I keep promising. I know I actually have done one, but it's not up to what I wanted. I may have to settle, because I was going to, which I might still try to do, is wait till I get the truck cleaned, then do one when the truck's been washed on the outside as well. But I may just take that with a pinch of salt, get one released soon of as it is, then do one when it's all nice and gleaming. Because as I've discussed before in the past, like, I can't guarantee to get the truck washed every week with my type of work. And, you know, the fact where we have a trucks on this side of the country, we don't have a truck wash facility as such. So a lot of the washing that I have to do, unless I get over to our main yard, is sort of improvised, using customers' hoses generally at best, and the sponge, which I need to go and buy myself some soap as well. My plan is because that one of the customers has quite a good area to wash down your truck. If not 100% ideal, I would prefer jet wash, but they have a hose and they allow you to wash your truck there. I only do it really where I can ask them, are you happy for me to wash my truck? You know, cause, you know, who wants a lot of dirt off a truck in their yard? I do try and clean up after myself as well, but I do honour customers, you know, if they say no, you know, which is fair enough, and sometimes I don't ask because I know what the answer will be. Generally because it's like food manufacturing sites and such like, so it's not worth doing it there unless they got official etiquette, and then I'll still ask. So there's one customer we collect from down here that actually has a proper truck wash, and if you ask him nice and politely, and if you have time, that's normally a really good time to give the truck a good 1-2 over. Which I've only been to them, I think, was it once? Twice. Yeah, been there twice. Before, I think. Yeah, leave no choice. But, you know, not a regular one at all, that one. Because believe it or not, I do like to try and keep a clean truck, but it is hard at this time of year as well. Because I have plans on polishing the tank up, hopefully. I just double check with the boss if he's happy with that. Even though, when I'll do the truck tour, you see it, I have skirting that covers up the tanks, so it will only make a difference on the top where you see, but I think it would look pretty cool to have them, to polish them up. Almost at Blandford now, as you can see on the sign, just gone. So the temperature down in there, look at it. I'm also considering maybe doing a video on, I think it's heavygoodsparking.net or something like that. Didn't hold it to me, but I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, either. But I think that if I can, just do a polite overview of the website to show, it's pretty self-explanatory, but to just show the benefits of it, you know. Because I sometimes use that if I'm in an area I'm not overly familiar with, or I'm not too sure if there is definitely parking around there, or is there any better parking. Well, even as I do use it in some areas, I do know, because sometimes I've found stuff through that I wouldn't have known about. And it has, as I said, helped me out in the past, certainly when I'm being tight on time and where can I park over there. Or you're trying to max your hours out and you just want a bit of reassurance you can get in somewhere, get a little bit more reassurance as best as you can. The usual queue of traffic behind us. Yeah, well, I came to work this week. I thought I forgot my steel toe cap boots, but luckily I had my work ones in my top bunk still in the box, brand new. So I was like, phew, lucky I had those. Otherwise, I don't know what I would. I suppose I would have had to go and buy some, I reckon. So I wasn't going to drive all the way back to Andover or that way to go and pick my boots up, especially when it took over 2 hours to get into work. Or to get to Scania to pick the truck up, shall I say. But never mind, it is what it is. Yeah. I suppose everybody, or a lot of people do that. You get to work and you forget something like no, and especially when it's an important thing as well you really need. You know, you're like, no! Say hello to him. So, that's how you do this, where you sort of get to know the other drivers who sort of do the similar types of work, even from other companies in a way. Not personally, but you sort of recognise them. You go, hello, how are you doing? I found it interesting this morning, and yet again I had somebody telling me to slow down even though I was crawling down the hill. another trucker coming the other way, and his rigid. I was telling him to slow down. I was like, I can't go any slower. I was going less than 20 miles an hour down this hill, fully laden. If I braked any more, I'd be out of control. Because it was that icy going down. It was like, I know I can't speed down here, but at the same time I need to move, but it's like finding the balance doing that situation. I know, yes, it was going up the hill, so it may have looked faster to him, but this is what winds me up when you have people telling you to slow down and they think you're going too fast, but don't take a step back all the time and go, hang on, I'm not a policeman to start off with. And B, am I 100% sure he definitely is going way too fast? You know, because I know a lot of people probably don't take into account. It's a bit like when people think you got your full beams on. Which, honestly, yeah, fair enough. You get flash, you get your full beams on. But I've learned, it's a thing you have to learn. That, you know, I hope it I was a bit of a muppet when I was younger. I thought, because of angles, how cars go up hills and all that, it looks like they got the full beams on, even on a slight little hill, and sometimes you don't read the ground ahead. Sometimes they haven't got the full beams on, but it does look like they have, if you know what I mean. It's just kind of a bit like one of those situations in a way. I'm all for, to a certain degree, signalling to each other, but at the same time I'm kind of against it. Certainly if it's in context that it could get misread or misinterpreted, because you know you can cause some confusion and distract the driver you're trying to inform. Because using the same signal slow down can sometimes be, oh, there's a hazard up ahead, driver, you know, or there's a speed trap or something. Which that's the other thing I initially was sort of thinking at the time, going, well, do you mean that, or do you mean this? 'Cause I've found that a lot of drivers use the same hand signal to mean several different things, and it's just like, what's the point? You know, don't give me that signal. I'm rather suss out. I'm going slow down anyway. I'm doing the right thing anyway. You know, if there is a major hazard and there's an accident right up ahead, flash your headlights and go, whoa, you know, give the halt sort of something, you know, or something like that, or the police sign or something, you know. Like that's farmer doing the shopping. I suppose they have to do it somehow, and they can sort of go off-road. I suppose you see it all out on the roads. Not saying anything necessarily fully wrong with that, it's just very amusing. Yeah. I thought I'd just discuss it quickly. I know I think I mentioned this in the prior video not a long time ago, but looking it off with, you know, hand gesturing people when you're driving. You know, if you're going to do it, in my eyes, you've got to be 100% certain that you cannot. I know, yes, there's always a chance you could be misread, but is it necessary? You know, are you sure? The only time really you should be signalling is if there's emergency or something like that. You know, if another driver's doing something wrong, you know, especially if it's not directly affecting you, just let them crack on. They'll get caught eventually. You know, the losses will happen. And yeah, the chances are if you try and tell that driver to slow down, even if he is going way too fast, is going to make a difference? No. So chances are you just going to confuse him, and at the same time, even if he does get the point where you're trying to get across, you know, it might not make a difference anyway. If anything, it might make the situation worse, because you might aggro him. And you got a stressed out, wound up driver, especially if he is actually doing the right thing as well for his vehicle, his limitations and road conditions. You know, especially if you're driving a different vehicle to him and you don't know what state his vehicle's in. So I don't know if he was loaded or not. is a bit harder to tell on the widget. Generally you can sort of tell on the Arctic, especially when the sport axle's down, but it's not 100%. And you don't know all the time what it has on the back either. Unless it's a tanker like mine that you can probably tell, well, it's probably got a liquid. It could be powder if you've got a powder tank or other forms of tankers. But different liquids move different ways and, you know, affect the vehicle in similar ways, but not in different scales of affecting it in the same ways, if that makes any sense. So one liquid will push it harder than the other liquid, depending on how liquidy it is, or if it's more syrupy, it will, you know, not shift around as much. For example. Hopefully you can see everything okay. There is also, you're going to be getting a bit of sun glare at the moment. So hopefully the camera's handling the picture quality okay. And I might call it in the video in a bit, I think. Probably in a bit or so. But yeah, I'm not saying it's a major crime or anything like that, but it's just can be a bit frustrating at times. And you're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You just try to put 1 and 2 together, and you're like, it could mean slow down, it could be meaning a hazard up ahead, it could be meaning something else, a speed trap, anything. I know it's a similar sort of lines what it will mean, but you know, unless if you feel it's absolutely necessary, because every commercial, he's trying to be helpful, probably, maybe trying to be helpful, and maybe he thought there was a hazard up ahead, which there wasn't. The road's all good, it was, you know, so taking it steady, it was below 20 miles an hour all the time, more or less than that bit, the section before Shipton Mallet, because it was pretty bad getting to Shipton Mallet, like, still. Better than it was yesterday, but, you know, still have to have your wits about you. Yeah, that's the thing I was just said, blow past, have a quick little murmur about, chat about as I'm driving. I'm sure pigeons are getting more daft. See that view there, that looks pretty nice. I said it is really nice countryside in our country. Place. Yeah, I think everywhere has nice places, and equally the opposite. You know, depending on your tastes and all that. To turn off. That's what I used to turn down to when I was in the army if I need to go down to Bobby. That's where the Army Corps do the training. Funny, since I moved down south, getting down roads I used to use all the time when I was in the army to get back and forth between family, friends and all that and so forth. This is, one nice thing about my job is, a lot of my work is in the southwest, the south. I'm not saying the south's all nice, I'm typically half northern in a way, at heart. I love the north as well, Yorkshire Dales are awesome, Lake District, Northumberland. You know, I absolutely adore Northumberland. That's, you know, it's one of my favourite places. It's one of the places, if I were to go and buy another house, could be a contender. But the problem is, I really like my current job, and you know that might have some issues if I did something like that. It's not a nice place, and you know, I fall in love with the west coast of Scotland as well. Right in the north, you know, absolutely amazing. You know, I enjoyed my 2 bike tours I had there last year. They were, wow. You know, just blew me away both times, especially the first one. I suppose always the first time is always the most magical. You go somewhere new you hadn't been before. But even on the second trip, it was still wow, but just different weather mainly. You know, it wasn't as. It was still fairly good weather. Did have a bit of rain and all that on the trip, but you know, only proved that it's still an awesome place to go to, even when the weather isn't ideal at times. When I was there. And also Skye was amazing as well. I've done that on both trips, went to Skye. You know, and I do also love North Wales and even South Wales to do as places there as well. You know, there's places all over the country I really like, you know, and I could see myself moving to some of them, you know, very easily. But, you know, all the way out with job and commitments and other things, and then being able to afford to do so. You know, and I can't just go, right, I fancy next year moving to such and such then, and now 5 years after that move to such and such. No, I'm not like that. You know, I would like just to have a solid base, have a good job. And I suppose that's nice thing about my current job, it just pays me, so when I can have time off, I can go on trips to places I do like to go. I know some of them, even if I did move there would be a chance, you know, I wouldn't appreciate them as much as I actually do at the moment when I do go there. Because that can be an issue if you move to somewhere, you don't always tend to explore around where you live. Certainly after you've been there for a while, you know, you kind of lose some appreciation for it, generally. If that makes any sense. So about 4.5 miles down here, I think takes us to a roundabout, I believe. I could be wrong. Just try to think of it too. Yeah, I think it takes us to that roundabout and takes us up towards the customer. So hopefully everybody's been driving safe over this period. You know, you haven't had any dramas or anything like that because of the snow, all that. You know, but I said always drive safe when it's been snowing. You know, don't be silly. Don't, you know, rush things unnecessarily. It's interesting how many accidents I've driven past over the last just 2 days that I've seen. Just basically the cars that have come off the road, you know, you could argue it could be quite amusing, but you do think that's somebody who's, you know, has friends, family, you know, who's crashed there. Hopefully they're alright, you know, hopefully none of the accidents I've seen have been killed or anything like that, hopefully not seriously injured, but, you know, And if they have been injured, hopefully they get well soon. But that only proves, you know, a lot of the accidents, sadly, is just because of people being way too overconfident, used to driving in the snow conditions, snow and ice, taking stuff way too fast, doing stuff they expect that they think's normal, then going, nope. Yeah, I'm not saying it's how every accident is caused. That's not always people's fault. You know, sometimes because, you know, the weather is extreme, and yeah, and yes, some of it will be because inexperience. You know, but yeah, but at the end of the day, stuff happens. You know, I think the vast majority of people don't leave the house expecting to have an accident. To get involved with one. But I said earlier, it's probably when you look at some people and they see the truck, you come down the road and it's like a shock. They've never seen the truck before. Down here now, so hopefully I think it's the roundabout. Yeah, not literally. By the sounds of it, the truck's almost out of warranty as well, so I might be able, once it's out of warranty, fit a light bar to the top or have one fitted. Maybe, we'll see. So I would like the extra bit of lighting. But we'll see, it's not a major must, but it's one thing I wouldn't mind adding onto the truck. But I have to wait it out. It might not be soon either, even if it does run out soon, because I've got a holiday to Florida this year, which I've paid for already, on my side of it anyway. And I'm going to be saving a lot of money up for that, which I already am saving up for. So I'm trying to rein in what I do spend. But I say it's a nice thing, this job, that I'm paid pretty well, you know, to the point that I can book myself on a really nice holiday for over a week, you know, away, and be able to afford to do so. And I've got another week off that I'm going to Croydon for a week, more or less. I might even extend that holiday a little bit more, possibly, because I've literally done that to pretty much almost the last day, but it means I may have to leave a day early, which is a family holiday. It's when most of the family gets together in our family. Not all of them, but, you know, a reasonable number. Going to Croydon for the last few years, but Croydon is really nice. So I do like doing a bit of surfing, even though I'm not very good at it. I've said that before. Seriously, I'm not very good at surfing, but I enjoy it. At best, I like to bodyboard it. But I do get up now and again, but I think a lot of it's down to that I can't do it all the time. And if I was doing it all the time, yes, then maybe if I took a few more lessons at it, because I'm mainly self-taught. have done one lesson in the past, but that was like as a group lesson sort of thing on a team building exercise thing, which I did actually relatively enjoy that. I'm still into my climbing, but I haven't done any for a few years now, to be honest. I still like my climbing, and yeah, it's something I'd love to get back into doing. But the issue with climbing is if you don't if none of your friends are available to do it with, you know, it is a bit of a, unless if you're a member of a club, but then it's making sure everything lines up, you know, you get there on the right days. I know it sounds like I'm giving excuses out. Yes, partly some of it is excuses, but you know, it's one of those things. That's one of the reasons why I've been held back on the climbing front. Up the hill, down the hill. Yep, this is the roundabout I thought. I haven't gone insane just yet. So I might end the video soon. Hopefully you've enjoyed this drive. I know, yes, it's another me chatting about bits and bobs, bit of life, you know, some of the stuff I'm reiterating a little bit. I do understand, you know, but it's just stuff to talk about, you know. See, it might be interesting to see how things evolve, you know. Nothing much to talk about this delivery really. It's a load of yoghurt to the farm. Well, not yoghurt, whey actually. It's a bit like yogurt, it's basically milk. Not milk you want to have, but it's basically milk. It will go into animal feed, or pig feed in this case. Yeah, so as I said at the beginning of the video, thank you very much to everybody who has subscribed. You know, as I said, it is seriously appreciated. If you want me to give a shout out or anything like that, please comment in the comments down below that you're happy for me to give a shout out. I know I have forgotten his name, but you know, one of my subscribers a shout out already in the prior video. You know, it was nice to get some feedback off him as well, you know, in the comments. I know I've got somebody else, but he's got his account hit, or I've got a couple of people's accounts hidden on my account, so, or I can't see who they are, if you know what I mean. It's not a drama at the end of the day. I don't mind, it's people are welcome to privacy at the end of the day. I mean, on my main YouTube account, or my private one, as I call it, you know, I do have my thing turned off as well, just so, you know, unless if I comment down below, I'm quite happy then for people to mention me in their videos if they wanted to, or, you know, but just, I don't know why I have it turned off, just have it turned off. It's not like, once it's turned off, it's like, I keep the one I use, you know, the channel one, that one I'll keep, you know, all open anyway, so if I'm subscribed to any other vloggers, you see me on there, or any other channel, you know, I don't just have it on trucking vlogs even on this one, because sometimes I'll leave my YouTube app on this account, so I'll just watch stuff on the breaks on this account as well. Which in some ways we just move everything onto this account, but I just have a private viewing account as well. Especially if I want to discuss stuff, but I don't want it, you know, linked back to the channel. Not saying I'm discussing anything funny, no, but you know. But nevertheless, I'll deduct off that for the moment. But nevertheless, thank you very much all who have subscribed, as I keep on saying. And to anybody new who's seen the channel, thank you very much for watching. It is seriously very much appreciated as well. If you made it to this stage in the video as well. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon if you want to hear see any more content. I am trying to release content weekly, or bi-weekly, so between Tuesday and Wednesday I generally will edit and release stuff on them. As long as I have time, and you know, it's a bit like this weekend I haven't, but most weekends I do release. I try to at least release one video at the very bare minimum. Well, not literally bare minimum, but you know, I try to at least release one. So this weekend was pure and, you know, pretty busy, a bit like in Christmas. There's just like a lot of stuff going on. I just couldn't get around to it. But hopefully this weekend I shouldn't really have any dramas. Have you seen that? Mad. Must be a bit of fun though. So thank you very much for watching. I'll probably catch you again either later today with another video or later this week. May do a daily vlog one this week sometime, or mostly what I can do, you know, the options are open, let's say. So yet again, thank you very much for watching. Over and out.